firstly, there's no doubt that people want this to be unifying. You say it will divide the nation. Why?
Of course it does. Of course it does, because some people with Aboriginal ancestry, they get different political rights than everyone else. How does that not divide people? You're going to be asking people for proof of their identity before they have a particular say. You're going to be denouncing some people as not representing Aboriginal people. And it's just, the whole thing strikes me as, in itself, divisive. And it's so unnecessary.
Shireen, you're the constitutional lawyer. How does giving Aboriginal people rights to a separate representative body not amount to an additional right?
Well, I prefer to be pragmatic and realistic rather than ideological about it. The current state of affairs is that Parliament and government do make Indigenous-specific laws and policies, like the Native Title Act, like Indigenous heritage protection laws, like closing the gap measures. And the constitutional reality is that Parliament has a specific constitutional power that it only has ever used in relation to Indigenous people. So prior to 1967, the race power was never used. After the 1967 referendum, it was only ever used with respect to Indigenous affairs. All this is saying is that Indigenous communities on the ground, as Dean says, should have a voice when Parliament makes laws and policies about them. I don't see that as divisive. I see that as bringing Australians closer together, because don't forget, Indigenous people were explicitly excluded from the Constitution to begin with. This is including them in the Constitution. It's about inclusion, not separatism.